Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we have another Shadowverse Evolved gameplay video for you. Today we're doing something a little bit different, and that is testing out what full power Uma would look like versus other decks in the current meta. And today we are joined by Tim, who's been on the channel very often playing Discard Dragon. This matchup used to be, in my opinion, heavily in favor of Discard Dragon. So we're trying to get together here and see if adding 3 Ikuno and 3 Trials Initiation will make a difference and making Uma a little bit stronger to be able to keep up with this deck and even take an easy dub. So I'm following up on turn 3 here and just playing a vodka, which doesn't seem like much, but if that vodka lives, boy, that thing is going to kill you. So Tim draws into his turn 3. But anyway, we're testing out this format of full power Uma just to see how it fares against other decks in the meta here. So as you can see, well, I mean, I guess you haven't seen anything yet, but I guess Tim's playing Discard Dragon, and I know that's kind of fallen a little bit out of favor in this meta in particular. As you can see, Tim just did Trail Light for 2 just to draw 1. Sometimes you get hands like that, but in our opinion, like at least in my immediate group, you know, Discard Dragon is still incredibly strong, and we're just trying to see how strong Uma can really be with its full potential, which for those who don't know, that means you can play 3 Ikuno Dictus and 3 Trial Initiation, so way more consistency cards, excuse me. You see the die will come down, search of flowers for you, and at this point I think what we end up doing is playing a flowers for you, buffing the vodka to be a 5/4 so we can hit face. Daiwa gets a buff to 4/5, and we will see the Daiwa swing. Oh yeah, get our draw first. Swing into that bell ringer, hit Tim down to 15 with the vodka, and then we just kind of pass and hope that he does not have a con flag. And yeah, it looks like he does not. I think yeah, that Erd comes down. I know Tim did not have a lovely hand in this game. This, just giving you a heads up, there are 2 games in this one because I want to bring you guys you know, content worth watching, and so we only ended up playing 2 games, but they were pretty good ones, I think. So we play the first Ikuno. You can see we can reveal another Ikuno, which, you know, we probably don't want to do that, but grab an Agnes, play and outrunning the encroaching heat. So our Ikuno gets the buff from that, gets the buff from vodka, so it's a 4/6 storm, and then we're hitting Tim down for 10 damage, putting him down to 5, and you're gonna see Tim concede because his hand is just not good enough to compete with certainly not full power Uma. But yeah, sometimes Dragon will just have hands like these that just cannot do a whole lot. Back for our next game here. This one will be a much better treat. That one was not that strong of a demonstration, considering you know, Dragon kind of needs to see con flag, even in just the, you know, the nerfed matchup of you know, Uma versus Dragon. But you know, Tim passes on his turn. No, actually, sorry, he did not pass. We passed on our turn 1, and we went first, and we're passing on our turn 2 because anything we play will just get eaten up by that bell ringer, just like in game 1. So that bell ringer can kind of be a menace in situations like this. We do play an Ikuno on 3, which is probably exactly when you want to play it every time. We grab a flowers for you, and we are going to pass on 3 because there's nothing really threatening that you know, they could hit us with on 3 that we would feel the need to ward up for. So Tim is going to end up playing the Dragon Warrior, using an Evo point just to deal 3 damage to the Ikuno, just to get something in there, and trying to see if he ends up warding that bell ringer. He does not. He just passes. We draw into our turn 4, and we will, I mean, it looks like we have, I mean, flowers for you, Agnes, but we end up going with the Aishin Flash, which is great. I mean, I think in this situation we end up just racing the Aishin, bouncing. It's I mean, it's a toss-up, right? Like, you love bouncing bell ringers so they don't get that draw value, but I mean, it's not warded anyway, so I think you end up just, yeah, we bounce the Dragon Warrior, and then we hit for 2. Puts Tim down to 18, and then we're feeling pretty good. I mean, an Erd would hurt pretty bad right here. I think that actually what ends up happening, actually. I see 2 Fortes. Oh, yeah, there's an Erd right there. Yeah, that Erd is going to be pretty good. I mean, it's going to banish the Aishin Flash, and then it's going to attack over the Ikuno. So yeah, I mean, that's a very, very good trade for Tim, and Tim ends up warding up with the Bellringer now. Maybe thinking like, oh, okay, I don't want to let him storm me in the face anymore, says Tim. So not a bad play at all. We play the Agnes. Looks like we end up playing a Trial Initiation. We're going to reduce that Erd down to nada. We reveal a Special Week and another Agnes. We're going to grab that Agnes, wipe out that Erd, and it looks like we're considering our options here because we have that Flowers for You and we have Evolution for Agnes. So we're going to evolve, add the Trial Initiation back, and then it looks like we're going to end up using that Trial Initiation again, I'm assuming. Yeah. I really don't remember these games whenever I post these guys. I know I commented over my own games a long time, or many times, but I really don't remember them. So, yeah, so we end up reducing the Bellringer to 0-1. I know I cut the clip here for a little bit because I know Tim takes a little bit to think here, which is totally fine. I mean, you know, you gotta make sure you're making the optimal plays. He's considering playing the Dracomancer's Rights here. He has 3 Forte in hand, by the way, which really, really bites for him. So he's going to end up just evolving the Forte since he has the Bellringer up as protection, get us down to 13, and then ward up the Bellringer. So he essentially, he knows we're going to out the Forte, but he has 2 others in hand, so I mean, they're going to go through. So not a horrible spot, not at all. Yeah, this was a really fun thing for us to do, at least, you know, for me playing the Uma deck. It was very, very, very consistent, but we also tried out another matchup, which I feel is like a really bad matchup for Uma, which is Egghaven. So we tried that as well to see if Uma has its full power potential back. Is that too much of a jump for the deck to warrant like the Ikuno and Trial getting unrestricted? Like, does it get too strong with those cards? And I feel like in this matchup, it's definitely strong for sure. Like its consistency is back, but I mean, Dragon can just sack its way out of any matchup. You know, I don't think it's a bad matchup for Dragon at all. If anything, if there's any bad matchup whatsoever, I'd feel like it's certainly on the Uma versus, like, Uma has a worse matchup. I like how I cut Tim's turn, you know, for taking a little bit too long, and I just realized, man, that my turn right there, I thought a pretty good amount of time too. So hypocrisy, you know, hypocrisy at its finest. We're going to Flowers for You, the Agnes that's been on board already, to a 5-3, so that's going to be a good amount of damage hitting Tim. We're going to Trial Initiation, a Lamplet, and another Flowers. Grab the Flowers, love that card. Crash the second Agnes, and then we're going to hit Tim for 5, so now we're both matched 13-13. Tim moves on to 6 play points. He has not ramped yet. I don't think he's ramped in any game so far. Yeah, he didn't ramp on the other one. He kind of got squashed. Poor guy. He has a family. Oh, I had to discard the Outrunning the Encroaching Heat. I was at 8 cards in hand at that end phase. So Tim looking at a Dragon Warrior, Dracomancer's Rights, Serpent's Wraith, 2 more Fortes, looks like a Bellringer. So he has some options for sure. But he has to get rid of the Agnes. That is for certain. So he's going to pitch the Dragon Warrior, gain a health for Dracomancer's Rights, play the Bellringer, evolve it to do 2 damage to Agnes, and then ping Agnes for the rest of the health at the end phase. So really good play on Tim's part. He's I think he does ward up here, or I guess he doesn't. I guess he doesn't. I don't know. This guy didn't learn his lesson. Okay, so it looks like we have a Daiwa in hand. Daiwa in the later turns is just so... It is just so strong. What a silly card this is. We're looking at another Trials because, again, remember, we're testing full power, so this thing has got options. That's for sure. Look at Tim. You guys can't see it because I'm probably going to crop out his crossed arms, but he's looking real smug right now. We're going to add the Trial Initiation here. At this point, I mean, we want to be aggressive, but, you know, Dragon, especially Tim's build, does have a lot of heals. So from 14, I think we just kind of play things a little bit slow. And we're kind of trying to just get cards in the cemetery as well, so we can slowly work towards that 7 centimeters. We do use the Outrunning the Encroaching Heat on the Daiwa. buffing it with the flowers to 5/5, and it has Storm. We draw another Trial Initiation. Just digging through our deck. I mean, this deck is seriously incredible. We hit Tim for another 5, putting him down to 9. The deck is seriously incredible when it has all its tools. I think at some point this deck will be able to go unrestricted with Ikudo and Trials, but who knows? I mean, right now might not be the time. We do the third Trials. We hit a Rice Shower and a Daiwa. We grab the Daiwa. And then we pass over to Timmy. Tim draws a Shenlong, which is a really, really, really great draw because that trades very nicely into the Daiwa. He does have to consider, however, that Daiwa can't use a Lamplet so to make the Shenlong trade. You know, because even though we're on 0 play points, we can use a Lamplet for 0. And that'll make the Shenlong die in battle along with the Daiwa. He draws into a Bellringer and Oguri. Very good cards. I think he's going to pitch that Dragon Warrior, maybe. Dragon Warrior, Super Creek, Serpent's Wraith, 2 Forte, Oguri, and a Bellringer. Really good amount of options. He's thinking about pitching that Super Creek here. And he does. Opts to keep the Dragon Warrior, so the Dragon Warrior must still be alive. He's going to evolve the Shenlong to get himself 5 health back, putting him back to 14. Attack over the Daiwa, and we do Lamplit the Shenlong, so they will trade. Tim is going to learn his lesson with that Bellringer, and he is going to engage it, I think. Yep, he's like, all right, I'm tired of taking free face damage. But, you know, with the Shenlong, I mean, it almost looked intentional, honestly. All right, so looks like we have a couple of Ikuno. We do drop one here. We reveal a Lamplet. I think that's a Make Some Noise. I don't know. But we grab the Lamplet here. And now with 5 other play points, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Look at the full grip of cards I have in the hand. Like there's so many options here, and the game state has kind of... Oh, I actually forgot to reduce health actually to 11. Yeah, we're at 14 to 11. Yeah, Ikuno comes. The second Ikuno comes down. We add Oguri Cap. I think we're only playing 1 in this list with 2 Narita Bryan, and then we're gonna pass with 2 play points up, so that can be Make Some Noise or Raindrop Drums. But yeah, Tim has to respect it. I think at this point we're fearing, or rather we're respecting Oguri Cap, because Oguri Cap with Tim can, especially with I mean, Oguri can just easily be like 12 damage out of nowhere. Not right now. I think the most Tim could do is 10, but I mean, I don't want to be left at 1 health versus Dragon while Dracomancers is up, you know. So yeah, we're kind of just going defensive. I think at this point we kind of just, in my head, I kind of concede and like, all right, it's gonna be a 7 centimeters game. I think. I mean, I don't know if we can. We're at low enough health to where we can't really go aggressive without any form of defense, and because then we'll just get punished. Like even a Forte right now is just really scary. Tim's Serpent Wraiths one of the Ikunos, draw into a Conflag. He's got 5 play points left. And it looks like he could play one of those he could play the Dragon Warrior if he wanted to, but he'd have to swing into the Ikuno, so maybe he doesn't feel good about that. A second Bellringer on the board would be pretty big. He does play the Forte and starts attacking into the Ikuno. We Make Some Noise that. So now he only has 1. I think he was expecting to bait some kind of removal, so I'm sure he didn't feel that bad about it. But he plays a Bellringer and then passes back to us, so we keep 1 Ikuno. And now we are on 9 play points. So we play another Daiwa. We're gonna search here. I think we searched, yeah, 7 centimeters. Just start preparing. The deck's gotten very, very small already. But that, I think, yeah, we're certainly still short. Otherwise, we'd obviously just, you know, pop the 7 centimeters right now. But yeah, we still have 5 other play points. Kind of missing vodka here. Kind of feeling maybe we should have played the I don't know. Maybe we should have grabbed the... well, I think whenever we grabbed Daiwa instead of the rice shower, I think we didn't. I don't know if we had another Daiwa or not. Oh, there we go. I'm nice. A special week into a vodka. Very, very nice. We play the special week for 1. We're going to evolve the special week and buff the entire board outside of special week by 1/1. So Daiwa is going to be a 4/5, Ikuno a 3/5, and then Vodka is a 4/4. We have 1 play point left. I think one. We have not used Daiwa's effect to reduce the cost of a spell yet. So we kind of need to, but we need to get rid of these bell ringers. So we attack into one of them with the special week, attack to another one with a vodka, and we have only 1 play point. Oh, sorry. I think we had to actually. We thought we could swing with vodka, but we haven't activated a spell yet, so nothing actually gained rush with vodka or its boost. So pretty big mistake here for us, because we actually, we're trying to make the raindrop drums live, but we really should have just used lamplit for one of the bell ringers, because it would have been free and it buffs the board. Ikuno and Daiwa would have been a 5/6. So that's certainly my error. And now because of that, the vodka and the Daiwa and the Ikuno do not live. Otherwise, they would have been left with 1 health if we played that turn correctly. Tim certainly would have been able to actually still out it, because he would have been able to use Dragon Warrior on the Daiwa and attack over the Ikuno. But because we made that mistake, Tim doesn't have to do that, and he leaves 4 play points up, which is very threatening. Obviously, it makes us feel like maybe we can't really commit too much. We're counting our grave. Looks like there's about, I don't know, like 14 or so cards in there. But it looks like we have an Agnes, Flowers, Oguri Cap, obviously 7 centimeters, a Lamplit that we didn't use for some reason. Tim looks like he only has 3 carrots, a Forte, and a Dragon Warrior left in his Evolved deck. That's pretty scary, running out of resources there. So it looks like we're kind of counting here, double checking how much we're going to need. I know at some point, well, I don't want to spoil it. Let's just let it roll. We're going to play the Agnes. We're going to play a Flowers. Draw another card. Typically in these situations, you kind of want to just go a little bit wide, so that way, if he outs stuff, then awesome, you fuel the grave or the cemetery. But if he doesn't, well, whatever, you kept a giant board. So we're going to add the Trial Initiation back. We're going to use it to reveal a Vodka and a Make Some Noise. I'm sure we take the Make Some Noise. Actually, yeah, I think we're playing for defense here. Oh, that's right, because we're actually susceptible to Oguri, but we're susceptible to Oguri here, and I guess we're keeping, because I know we have Raindrop Drums. Yeah, we pass on 5. Okay, so I think we're just trying to keep as much defense as possible, but yeah, Tim knows enough about the deck to know that if I'm leaving that many play points up, I've got the Raindrop Drums. So I'm actually re-recording audio at this point here, because I actually realize now that in this moment, Tim actually evolves Forte, hits me down to 4 health, plays the Dragon Song Flute here, gets the draw off of he's going to grab the draw off of the flute here because he paid 4 play points. But then he pings me at the end phase for 2, but he actually didn't discard a card, which doesn't really matter. Obviously, we would have caught it and then told him to discard. But so we actually did not discard a card here, putting me down to 2, but we would have. So now at this point, we have 7 centimeters live, but it's a little bit too little too late here, because Tim has a full grip of cards. So although he loses 3 cards out of his hand, he is just going to be able to keep a discard outlet in Oguri. So that will deal the final 2 damage to us. So that's actually going to be the end of the match. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Share with your friends so this channel can grow. And I hope you guys like the content. Let me know what you want to see next, of course. And I will see you guys in the next one.